Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind-the-scenes stories you won't want to miss. From the moment the Big Brother 27 cast stepped into the house, the producers knew they had assembled a combustible mix of personalities, but no one, not even the superfans watching the live feeds, anticipated that one of the earliest and most explosive clashes of the season would come from two women who barely spoke during the first week. Rylie Grant, the sharp-tongued, quick-witted Texas bartender, and Katherine, the composed, analytical grad student from Seattle. Their feud didn't begin with strategy. It didn't begin with alliances. It didn't even begin with game paranoia. It began with one sentence: watch your attitude. And it would echo through the house for weeks. Day 6, the seeds of a storm. The morning started quietly. Too quietly, some would later claim. House guests shuffled through the kitchen, grabbing cereal and half-sleep mumbles of morning. Katherine sat at the dining table reviewing mental notes for the upcoming HOH competition, while Rylie stood near the fridge, already in a mood. The kitchen was still a mess from the night before. Dishes piled in the sink, sticky counters. Someone had left a spoon cemented to the countertop with dried oatmeal. Rylie hated messes. Hated them. Whoever used the last of the milk better replace it, she snapped as she slammed the fridge shut. Katherine glanced up from her thoughts. Technically, none of us can replace anything. We're stuck in a house. Rylie's eyes narrowed. It's a figure of speech. I'm just saying it's not something anyone can fix. It means clean up after yourself, obviously. Katherine didn't look up this time. You don't have to get snappy. Rylie scoffed under her breath, turning away, but muttering just loud enough for the table to hear. Girl acts like she's the house manager. Katherine's head lifted. What was that? And then came the moment that would become the first viral clip of the season. Rylie turned fully around, hands on hips, and fired back. Watch your attitude. The house reacted. The room froze. Cereal spoons hovered in midair. Someone coughed. Someone else whispered, "Uh-oh." Katherine blinked slowly, like she was calculating the weight of the words before choosing her next move. My attitude? Katherine repeated. I wasn't the one slamming the refrigerator. That wasn't slamming, that was shutting. That was aggressively shutting. That was aggressively minding my business, actually. The tension crackled like static electricity. Across the counter, house guest Jordan mouthed to Ethan, "They're gonna fight." Katherine rose from her chair. Not fast, not angrily, just deliberate enough to set everyone on edge. "Rylie," she said calmly, "I'm not trying to start a problem. I'm just asking you not to take your mood out on people." "Oh, but you get to comment on everyone else's behavior," Rylie fired back. "You think being quiet all the time means you're better than everyone, like you're above all this." "I don't think that," Katherine replied evenly. "You act like it." The room felt like it was shrinking. Finally, Katherine took a breath and stepped away. "I'm not doing this right now. I came here to play a game, not fight over milk." "That's what I'm saying," Rylie exclaimed. "You're acting like I was attacking you. Just watch your attitude. Simple." But nothing about that moment would turn out to be simple. Confessionals begin. Katherine's diary room, 11:32 p.m. I'm not sure why Rylie's coming at me. I said one thing, and suddenly she's acting like I insulted her whole personality. Maybe she's stressed about the game. Maybe she's stressed about dishes. I don't know. But I'm not going to be intimidated. Rylie's diary room, 11:36 a.m. Katherine always has something to say. Always. She talks like she's lecturing a classroom. I'm not dealing with that for 3 months. If she comes for me, I'm pushing back. Ethan's diary room. Dude, I knew it was about to blow up when Rylie pulled the "watch your attitude" card. That's what my sister says before she throws a shoe at me. Hannah's diary room. I love both of them, but also, this is so entertaining. Alliance ripples. At this point in the game, alliances were still fluid, but the Rylie-Katherine tension caused the house to solidify quicker. Rylie already had a loose crew around her: Jordan, Hannah, and Mason. the group jokingly nicknamed the Sunroom Squad because they always hung out near the sunroom couches. They loved energy, drama, noise, Rylie's kind of people. Katherine floated between more quiet thinkers, Ethan, Clara, and Miguel, who jokingly called themselves the library because they were always the calm ones. The kitchen showdown instantly drew a line between the two groups. That afternoon, Rylie stormed into the sunroom to vent. "I swear she thinks she's the queen of the house," Rylie complained, pacing. Jordan nodded dramatically. "She does look judgy sometimes." "She's not judgy, she's just analytical." "Same thing," Rylie snapped. Meanwhile, in the bedroom, Katherine was unloading her side of the story to the library. "I just said the obvious. She slammed the refrigerator. Why is that a federal crime?" Miguel laughed softly. "It's not, but you know Rylie. She's intense." "I wasn't even criticizing her," Katherine sighed. "But if she thinks I'm going to let her talk to me like that, no." Ethan shook his head. "This is going to turn into something bigger. I can feel it." He was right. HOH competition, where feuds turned strategic. That night's HOH competition changed everything. A physical endurance challenge, standing on narrow platforms that tilted, sprayed water, and shook. The kind of competition that rewarded stubbornness. Both Rylie and Katherine excelled at stubbornness. As the platforms tilted, most house guests fell one by one. But the final two, gripping their ropes, dripping wet, refusing to break, Rylie and Katherine. Of course. The backyard crowd grew rowdy. "Come on, Kat!" Clara shouted. "You got this, Rylie!" Mason yelled. The split in the house echoed like two cheering sections at a football game. Minutes ticked by. Then an hour. Then 2. Neither woman budged. But the real explosion happened at the 2-hour mark. "You're holding up okay over there?" Rylie called out sarcastically. "Don't slip." "I'm fine," Katherine answered calmly. "But thank you for your concern." "It's genuine," Rylie said. "You seemed tense. Just focused." "Focused on your attitude?" A few people gasped. Katherine inhaled sharply but stayed balanced. "If you want to bring personal issues into a competition, that's your choice. I'm here to win." "Me too, but also to have fun. You should try it." "I am fun." "Sure. I am. If you say so." And then, whether it was the tilt of the platform, the slippery rope, or the rising adrenaline, Katherine's foot shifted. Not much, but enough. She wobbled. She caught herself, but the moment rattled her confidence. Rylie saw it, smirked, and held firm. 15 minutes later, Katherine fell. Aftermath, Rylie as HOH. If the house feared an explosion, they got a detonation. Rylie descended from the platform, throwing her hands up in victory, while Katherine wiped water from her face, breathing hard. "Good game," Katherine said quietly, offering a handshake. Rylie hesitated, just long enough to make the camera zoom in, before shaking Katherine's hand. "You did great," Katherine added. "Thanks," Rylie replied, then added under her breath, "Better without the attitude." Katherine stiffened. And that was all it took. The nomination decision. As HOH, Rylie had the power, and the whole house knew the feud might influence her nominations. Mason immediately whispered, "You're not going to put her up, right?" "Should I?" asked Rylie. Jordan shrugged. "It's not a bad idea." Hannah tried to reason. "Nominating her makes it bigger. Everyone will think it's personal." "It is personal," Rylie said. Meanwhile, Katherine was sitting with her group. "I think she's putting me up," Katherine predicted. Clara shook her head. "She won't. That would make her look petty." Ethan sighed. "This is Big Brother. Petty moves are half the game." When Rylie called everyone to the nomination ceremony, tension weighed the room down like humidity. She opened the box, turned the keys, and the faces appeared. Miguel, Clara. The room exhaled, half relieved, half shocked. Not Katherine. Rylie closed the ceremony with a short speech about house dynamics and game connections, but everyone knew. She didn't nominate Katherine not because the feud was over, but because it wasn't over yet. A rivalry this deep needed time to simmer, and Rylie wanted the game to suffer from it in exactly the right way. The confrontation, round 2. That evening, Katherine approached the HOH room. She knocked, slowly. Rylie opened the door. "We need to talk," Katherine said. "About what?" Rylie asked, crossing her arms. "Everything. The attitude comment, the tension, the competition, all of it." "All right," Rylie said. "Talk." Katherine stepped inside. "I'm not your enemy," she began calmly. "We had one disagreement. I don't want the whole house to feel like it has to divide because of us." "Then don't act like I'm the problem," Rylie said. "I didn't say that." "You implied it." Okay, let me be clear. I'm not blaming you. I'm saying I want to fix this. You can't fix something if you don't admit what caused it." Katherine frowned. "I didn't cause anything. I made one comment. And it was rude? And yours wasn't?" They stared at each other, mirror opposites in tone, temperament, and emotional style. Rylie fired.